Hey, good day. How are you? Hey, it's Russ Johns with Agency 258, and we're going to be starting the show. Well, the show already started. So, Agency 258 is in the house, and we have an exciting program today. And those of you that are listening to the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, Google Play, any place that you want to listen to, uh, this is also being broadcast live every week, every Tuesday at 11 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Arizona time, Mountain Time currently. And we invite you to join us every single week, allow us to help you appreciate some of the things that we're doing and get involved in the equation. Good morning, ladies. Marian, LaSalle.
Good morning.
And who is the lovely guest we have joining us today?
This is Cecilias Journey.
I'm going to focus on your screen today and then talk about what we're doing today, Marian.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well today on Marketing Ideas That Work, we are really focused on building relationships, not just today, but the whole year. 2018 is the year of relationships, and that is showing up everywhere in my universe. So I'm building a relationship with a brand new client. She has one of my favorite products, coffee. And
I love coffee, Cecilia.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. She has told us that it is very, very important that it's organic and it's smooth and it's wonderful to make a cup of coffee and not even have to put creamer in it in order to calm that acidity down. That's important to me because I'm on a program now where I'm not supposed to have dairy. So it was music to my ears when you told me that. Music, I'm telling you.
I'm interested to hear more about that. So, Cecilia, tell us about how you got on this journey of coffee and what we can expect in 2018.
When I got together with Marian, I told her, I like business, and when I was thinking what type of product to promote, and I found that, coffee is part of the people when they think about getting together and know more about what they do. They think, okay, let's have a cup of coffee. So I said, okay, I want to make friends. So why don't you do business and meet people? And
coffee makes people happy. Let's face it.
Yes, and
you invite me for a cup of coffee.
Sometimes we don't want you. We don't have a cup of coffee. I have mine here. And Plus is not only about selling or promoting products, it's about connecting. And I have learned that from Marian. So right now she said, okay, I have this meeting and I don't know what I'm doing here, but I like to meet people. This is my first experience in the live video chat. That's how we did call it.
Actually, this is a show and it's being broadcast on YouTube.
Oh my goodness. Then
it's a podcast that's being spread out to iTunes and Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, all these different places, Google Play. List them all for us, will you, Russ? Where can they get our show?
Then in that case, let me take my hair.
Well, if you're watching the show is live every week, Marketing Ideas That Work, and that can be found on crowdcast.io. We're also on Agency 258 on the show page. And then if you're listening, you can actually hear this on iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, Google Play, and also wherever your favorite podcast feeds can be found. We're going to be broadcasting these out. Additionally, this show will be rebroadcast on YouTube. So every week we're going to take this show and we'll be publishing this show again on YouTube. So you have an opportunity there is absolutely no reason why we can't be sharing this conversation with you and your audience and getting involved. Join us on the show live or watch it later on, listen to it later on. It's totally up to you. So we just want to make sure that you have an opportunity to connect with us, our guests, and the great products that are out there in wherever you happen to be, because we're not limited to one location. I'm in Arizona. Marian's in Houston. So we're doing this show live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. So,
Russ, we had a networking meeting here in Houston, and if you are in Houston and you'd like to come, we invite you to join us. It's the second and fourth Tuesday of every month at 8 o'clock, and that's Central Time, of course. We really honed in on the thing that you're talking about, being passionate about something, doing the things that you really, really love.
Yep.
Being with the people that are going to help you get there and get there faster. Who wants to do stuff slow? Who wants to take your time and put your money in Wall Street and watch it grow over the next 30 years? Who wants that? Nobody I know.
I don't know. The point is I think you brought it up at the beginning of the show, is relationships. And one of the things that we want to do is make sure that you have an opportunity to gather your thoughts around what you're actually selling, what you're promoting, what gift are you sharing with the world, and get it out there, right? I mean, there's so many things that people are doing right now that it's insane to think that we are connected with so many people. We have the opportunity to connect with so many people around the world. I've been on email this morning with people from the UK. Yesterday it was Israel. We have friends in Australia. It's no longer a limitation of how far we could drive across town to meet someone. And it's always good to meet in person and have coffee. I love that, Cecilia, and I look forward to a very successful adventure that you're going on this year, because I love coffee. And the other thing about it is Cecilia has an opportunity to promote this coffee anywhere in the world, right? You can ship coffee anywhere in the world, I would imagine. Cecilia?
That is right. I had no idea, but now since Marian, she's opening a totally new adventure in the universe for me, and I said, why not? So thank you very much for having me here, and thank you very much, Russ. And like everybody says, when you have a dream, just make sure that it's big enough. So I think right now is I am having fun already, and I am enjoying it. And thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Okay, so I'm going to let Cecilia go, and so I'll be right back. So you can turn the camera around. Okay. Here you go. Now don't leave.
I'll go to the focus.
Okay, here we go.
So
Wrong. There you go.
There you go. Operator error. So one of the things that is really important about this, Marian, is the fact that, like in our blog post this week, we're going to be doing a series of blog posts this week that allow us to explain all of the elements of an online process. What does an online marketing platform look like? What do you need? What's required? How does it come together? How is it built? And so we're creating this series, and we have a blog post and a newsletter that goes out every week. So if you're not on the newsletter, you're not on the blog post, or you're not aware of that, go to agency258.com. Right at the top, you can sign up for our newsletter. Every week we've been publishing this thing. So I encourage you to ask questions, get involved and engaged in our little world here. And because we love teaching. Marian, how many classes do you think you've taught over the years? Thousands.
No, I love it so much. I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell. I do classes online on video, video chat. I do classes in person. It it's so exciting to me that if you told me I was going to do a class and teach every single day, I would, because that's how passionate I am about sharing the information that I have learned over a period of many years.
Absolutely, absolutely. And likewise, I love teaching. I love sharing. I love learning, right? The constant curiosity about how I'm doing this. And we kind of live in a little bubble, Marian, because a lot of people, just like Cecilia mentioned, until she had talked to you and opened up her world and her ideas about what is possible, you really don't know. So we encourage you to go to the blog post, follow this series along about all of the steps. Now, we're going to cover a lot of information over a period of time, and then each piece of that information will go into a little deeper as we progress through this series. So if you have questions or something isn't clear in one of the items in this blog post, please, like I said, connect with us. We're on social media. Ask a question, contact us, track us down. And I'm excited about this because it gives us a very clear, concise methodology about how to go through this. And so that blog post will be available to anyone that wants to follow that.
It's interesting because the way that the blog post is set up this week basically goes over the different steps. And I loved what you said last week. I heard it, I thought about it at least 8 times since you said it. And that is, not everybody needs a full website from the beginning of their from the beginning. It depends on your business. It depends on what's going on. I still have one client who only has a store on her website, literally a contact page and a store. And she's got 8 million subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't have a full blown out website, who would need one, right? So
Right.
Some people do. I'm not saying you don't. It depends on your business and what you're doing, what it is that you need to do first. So yes, you need a place for people to go and find you. So you might need a landing page, or you might need a Facebook business page, or both. And that's what we do for a while. And that's Cecilia. That's what happened to Cecilia. We don't need a full-blown website right now. We're just getting started.
Right.
We started with a landing page, and we started with a Facebook business page and a LinkedIn profile. And so I encourage you, I'm going to put when Russ starts talking, I'm going to look up her links and put them into the sidebar here, because I really want you to go and support this brand new company. It's called Excelsa Products, and I'm going to put the links in. And I'll go to all the different channels and put them in, or you can go to our website and look her up. So I encourage you to do that, because we all need to start somewhere.
Right.
And this is the way to do it. Encourage each other.
You bring up a really great point, Marian, and the idea of having, we're getting a little bit of an echo there. So one of the things that I want to make sure that everybody understands on the podcast or wherever you happen to be consuming this information is the most important thing that we talk about, and the thing that you want to think about, is building your list, your email list. That's the direct communication you have. The direct link that you have with your community is going to be through your email list. You can pick up the phone, you can actually have coffee, and I encourage you face-to-face meetings and events, and also live networking or Zoom sessions. You can have live online talks like this, and it still revolves around the ability for you to actually connect over email. So that's one of the core focuses that we have in this blog post every week, is how we can improve and increase the level of connection and relationship building on our blog post and our, whether it be a blog post or our YouTube channel or whatever it happens to be. There's people making a lot of money creating YouTube channels right now. I don't know if people are aware of this, and it's a real business. I mean, it's no longer, go get a job, quit playing with this YouTube thing. There's actually a lot of people that are making a career around creating content for YouTube. And we've seen it. And I don't know if you noticed this, Marian. And it's also starting to show up more often and more frequently on Facebook, where they actually have a channel on your mobile device. They actually have a video button, and you can actually watch video on Facebook. So these platforms and video are going to play a big part in what's taking place in building your relationships in 2018. So this show is an example of what is possible. This show is designed around the idea of, hey, if Russ can do it, you can do it, right? If Marian can do it, you can do it. So
that's true. It's true.
How many times have we been saying that? How long have we been saying that, Marian?
Well, I had a one-on-one meeting this morning with an old friend of mine who started out in corporate America and did her dues, and she couldn't take it anymore, and she wanted to leave. And so she went out on her own and signed up with a Mary Kay company. She signed up with Mary Kay as something that she could do. And she found that wasn't really her passion. And so she started looking around for other products, and she found another company that she liked even better. And so she just kept using these experiences to move into what is really right for her. So she's finally found it, and now she needs to build her tribe. So she came to me and asked me, Marian, how do I get this going? How do I get people to understand about, what I'm doing and build my tribe? And so I said, just like we said earlier, who wants to do it the slow way? Let's get it done. Because she said, well, I've been struggling. I went to MailChimp and I went to Aweber, and it's just so hard. And I want a newsletter, but I can't. And, I said, no, we're not going to do the can't and hard and long and drawn out. We're going to hire out what we don't want to do. The technology is not good for you. Don't worry about it. We've got the people that can handle that for you, right? And so you can get on and start making money right away because you're doing what you do best, which is whatever it is that you're doing.
Right.
That's all you want to do.
Yeah.
So I don't want excuses anymore. I don't want hard anymore. I don't want things that are, that are going to take too much time. I want to do it. We don't have much time. Let's go.
Yeah, the clock is ticking. We only have 24 hours in every day. And if you just like cringe every time you think, oh, I have to do that, that's a sign you can actually find somebody else to do it. And there are people that are excited about doing that task, whatever it happens to be. Trust me. We've connected with so many people that are saying, oh, I would love to do that for you.
We had a lady in today who was our speaker, our presenter. Her name was Laura Cole. And she talked about the mindset. If you really want something and it costs $30,000 and you don't have $30,000, then you could set it up so that you see that $30,000. So it's all about setting your sights on what you really want, not about what you can afford or what you can't afford. That kind of thinking has got to go away. It's got to be, what do you want? And let's make the universe give it to us.
Fantastic. So any other nuggets of knowledge that you learned from the networking event this morning? I mean, sounds like a very phenomenal speaker. So
we had to bring in chairs. It was standing room only. It was really, really great to see so many people interested in building their business and connecting with like-minded people. And everybody there was right on board with relationship marketing. So that's what, the word of the year is relationships, building them relationships, because they can give you referrals and they can help you with the things that you don't have, and they can help you move past. There were people in the group that were life coaches, because sometimes life gets in the way and you need somebody to get you through a situation, whatever. And everybody was on the same track. Let's not try to sell. Let's try to build and do it as a relationship. Let's build that relationship, and that will do the building for us.
Yeah, I just got off the vacuum.
Oh,
Can you
you
hear the
can't.
vacuum? You can't hear it?
I can barely now that you mentioned it.
All right. So I just got off the phone before this show got on, and I was on a call, a video call just like this. And one of the things that we came up with, and my new friend Steve, he's actually building a referral list. So he meets someone like me. He gathers up information about what kind of information is on this person's, what kind of clients do they serve? What kind of products do they have? What kind of services do they provide? And he has an email list that he sends out a new referral every week. So if he meets people during the week, he sends all this contact information. It's like a personal, uh, like a directory, only it's just the people that he's met that week. So if you're on his list, you get to be on his list, and you go out to all of the people on his list. And I thought that's an interesting concept that
Okay, unpack that a little bit. You kind of went over it in a way that I didn't really understand.
okay, so let me restate this. So we're new. I meet you, right? And I say, okay, Marian, who do you help? How do you serve? What do you do? Who are you looking for? So he creates an outline and a bio of your profile of what that is. And then he sends it out to his email list every week. So you've gone out this week, and then he meets me next week. And then or he might meet 5 people, I don't know. And then he puts anyone that he meets that's a new resource to his community, he puts in an email list every week. Like we do on our email list. If you're not on our newsletter, you need to be on our newsletter. You can find out at agency258.com. Just sign up at the very top. We don't have one of those paywall things that pop up in your face. However, we highlight our clients in our community in our newsletter every week, right?
That's right.
Well, he does an email list, and he puts out an email list very similar, only it's just an email sending out the resources that he's met this week, and he continues to build up on that. And I thought that's a great idea for a simple email list that you could provide. Say, for instance, you're a real estate investor, and you need contractors, you need plumbers, you need lenders, you need roofers, all of these people in your community. So if you send out a new resource to your community, they can also be aware of the people that you meet, right? So you're adding value, you're adding introductions and building relationships with all those people.
That sounds perfect for me. I need to do that. So would you please forward that email to me so I can see how he set it up? I can see in my mind's eye all the people that I met this week, which is usually plenty,
Yes.
right? What they do, a picture of them, and their contact information. That sounds like something I could get my hands wrapped around.
Yeah. And then what you're doing is you're sending that weekly list out every week. And you're saying, hey, here are the resources that I've met. If any of these resources are of interest, or you can help you or help others great. I want to introduce them. So you're building a relationship. You're being the point of contact. And then 6 months later, somebody's going to call you up and say, hey, Marian, that person that did, that weird guy with the glasses and the beard? It's like, I don't have his contact information. Could you help me? Right? And they're going to come back and they're going to ask you questions, right?
Right.
And when people ask you questions, what does that help you do?
When people ask me questions, I know that they're not the only ones that have that question. So I will typically, if I don't know the answer, I'll research it and then I'll put it in my resources, because I know that they're not the only ones.
It helps develop the relationship you have with that individual.
It does. It really does.
It starts a conversation. So let's recap. What do we have coming up this week? We have the show. If you're on the podcast and listening to this in the future, go back to the blog post and start following this blog post series where we break each idea of an online marketing platform down for you, and we bring this to the masses, and we're going to increase and upgrade these things all the time as new information comes in. So we're really excited about this. All year long we're going to be doing this, or as long as it takes us to describe an online platform. And also, you can watch this show at any time on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you can actually watch this program on YouTube. If you want to listen to it, you can listen to it on Spreaker, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and we're going to be publishing this across all of the top platforms that share podcasts. So listen in, watch us, and always agency258.com, where all this thing starts. So, Marian, you got some networking events, you got some activities going on this week?
Wow. Well, we had a big one this morning. It was full blown. We had to keep bringing in chairs just to get people to a place to sit. So that's good. So if you're in Houston, feel free. This is Office in America. It's my office, and it's also a place where there's up to 20 different groups going on. Some of them are coaching groups, and some of them are networking groups, but they're all free, and they're right here at Office in America. So come on down and let them know that Marian sent you, right?
Now, are you doing the second and the fourth week this year?
Second and fourth Tuesday at 8 o'clock is a networking for business owners. Okay. And the other days are all kinds of different things going on. There's a mastermind that's going on, and there's some other stuff. So tomorrow, one of our clients is going to be a presenter. She's an attorney, and she's going to be presenting how to set up and keep your business safe. She's a fantastic lawyer, and she has a model that I only heard about from one other industry, and that is the doctor's industry, the healthcare, where you pay a monthly fee and you get to have her as your lawyer at any time. So I like that, because sometimes, it can be pretty costly and a shocker if you all of a sudden need an attorney for something. So yeah. I highly recommend her. Russ, you can type in her contact information. She does have a landing page right here on Agency 258 with a video on it. If you want to see it, that would be awesome. Her name is Grace. I call her Grace. It's Gratia, Gratia, Shoemakers. And her business is Shoemakers Law Firm. And she's in the Houston area, but she's down a little closer to the water in Seabrook, I believe. But she'll go anywhere. And she is fantastic, and I highly recommend her. Down to earth. I got so many great compliments whenever she speaks. She gets lots of compliments because she's a gift.
She's awesome. She's just
really
awesome.
Is. So that's tomorrow, which is Wednesday, here at Office in America in the Houston area.
Fantastic. And if you're there, if you're not in Houston and you want to find out a little bit more about what we're doing, you can actually join us again, on our website. Just the shows and the audio files and are all on the website, agency258.com. So
thank you. This is marketing ideas that we want to bring, marketing ideas that are actually working out there for you. So we'll be interviewing people. If you want to refer somebody that has a great marketing tip, we want to hear it. We are going to be taking your questions, so please write in and let us know what your questions are as far as marketing goes, and we would love to highlight you and your company if you do that. So thank you very much for being with us today. I appreciate you. I want to build a relationship with you. I know Russ does too. So please let us know about you. Let us know your questions. Set up a one-on-one. It can be video chat. I don't care where you are in the world. As long as you have internet, we can meet. All right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Marian, so much for being here, and to everyone out there. We really appreciate you and love to have a conversation and build a relationship with you. So
okay. Bye for now.
Enjoy the day.